Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I am excited about today's video. It will be a little bit of a longer one because you know how I do. I like to give all the details, show a few things along the way. And so yes, first of all, welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for those who are tuning in for the first time today. I do ask that you consider to thumbs up this video, and also if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe on your way out, and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss the next upload, which will be coming up on Wednesday. I will be doing a reflection of everything that I sewed up in the month of August, as well as a little bit of a treat in there as well. But anyway, we'll see you on Wednesday for that. Let's jump right into this. I am so excited and very honored to have been asked by Cashmerette Patterns. You all know Cashmerette is my favorite size inclusive plus size pattern company. And so when I was asked to be a part of the pattern release for what I am wearing, which you've seen on Instagram already, it's already a hot buzz. It is the Saybrook tank. And so yeah, let's just jump right in. You all know, you're probably thinking, wow, you've been doing a lot of tanks and camis. Well, the other ones were all woven, and those were cami specific. This is a tank, and it is made out of knit, and I absolutely love it, so much so that I have 2 hacks that I will be sharing with you today that you can do with this pattern. So we are going to, I'm gonna jump in with the technical stuff, and then we're gonna get into some of the other specifics for each of the makes. So let me just get right into it. All right, so let's jump into it. So as I have said earlier, Cashmerette Patterns had asked me to be a part of the pattern release for the Saybrook tank. So super exciting, so super exciting. And as, just so you know, as one of the individuals, because there are other sewing bloggers that have also were a part of this, I will link to the blog post for around the Saybrook tank. It will be linked in the description box. Couple things. One, this is not a sponsored video at all. However, I will say that as part of being part of the team, as part of the pattern release, we were given the pattern for free, as well as the full copy as well. So we have the PDF and also the printed copy as well. And so if you did not know, right now the special is going on at Cashmerette Patterns for the Saybrook. So if you decide to go ahead and get the printed pattern, you will get the PDF for free, and the printed from I believe from the post that shipping will start back up in September sometime. So yeah, great deal. So I am so excited. And as also being part of the team, the pattern release team, we were giving fabric of our choice from Stone Mountain Daughters, and this is the fabric that I chose, which is a navy and striped bamboo knit. Yes, navy red. As you can you tell, that's navy and red stripe bamboo knit, and also it is 59 inches wide. You all know I love that. And also, if you missed Cashmerette's blog post that came out, the newsletter, you know that there is a 15% off that you can receive from Stone Mountain Daughter starting August 29th through September 12th. Use the code Cashmerette15. So go over to, I'll leave the link down to the blog post so you can check that out. But this is the knit that I picked up. I'm going to show you just a close-up so you can see it. Absolute, the quality. I've never, the full disclosure, I've never ordered from Stone Mountain and Daughter. I've heard of them, of course, but had not had a chance as of yet to order from them. So when we were, we had fabrics that we could choose from that we can create this look with. I chose this navy and red stripe, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the right side. And what I love about it, I don't know if you can tell, there is a slight difference. You can tell the right from the wrong side. And what I like is that the stripes is not white on this side. So this is weaved through, so you don't have to worry about if you're making something, will the other side be a different color, or you know, that plain background. Absolutely beautiful. And I must say, I think this must be the first time I've worked with a bamboo knit. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time I've worked with a bamboo knit. And I must say, this is my new favorite drapey knit. It's nice and cool to the touch. Love how it feels. And I mean, so as you can tell, let me just show you. I am wearing it tie knot with, let me back up some, with my Cashmerette shorts. You'll see in the video clip too. But I have my Cashmerette Calder shorts, so I am rocking all Cashmerette today. But I absolutely love this knit. And yeah. Have you guys sewed with the bamboo knit before? I love it. I think this is my new favorite knit. And actually, I think, let me know if you're interested. I am considering, because I've been taking note of fabrics I've been buying as of late, and kind of been compiling a list of some favorites. So if you would like to see a video of some of my favorite fabrics right now, because of course things can change, but right now what I am loving, what I'm loving sewing with, let me know. I will do that video. That will come up in September. Let me know if you're interested. At any rate, so the fabric was very easy to sew with. There's no curling. There was nothing curling on it. The only thing I did was certain parts, and I'll get into the construction, is that I had in this, with the construction part, I had didn't have initially enough binding on this particular top, so I had to unpick. But I will say, unpicking this, no problems. It didn't get all, you know, kind of, you know how sometimes you can unpick, especially knits, even wovens, and it get all kind of really raggedy in that area, and you have to be really careful if you plan to sew over a seam again. So yeah, but anyway, so yes, that is the fabric that I chose. Let's now get into the technical aspects of the pattern, the instructions, and then I'll go over these two easy, super duper easy hacks for you. So if you did not know, for those who might be new to Cashmerette patterns, if you watch my channel, you shouldn't be new to them, but if you are, let me just tell you, Cashmerette patterns starts at a size 12 and go up to a size 32. But the thing that you know I always love about Cashmerette patterns is her drafting, because she goes up to a GH cup, and her drafting on her cups and her block is superb. Now, does not mean you won't have to make adjustments. You all know, I've done sew-alongs for several of Cashmerette patterns on the channel here, and you know there are certain adjustments I still have to do, because the block isn't made for me, but it's pretty doggone good, and so I just have to make a few little tweaks along the way. And if you did not know, I will pop this up. Cashmerette has introduced in the past couple weeks, all of the patterns will now have high bust measurements, and so you will see on the it'll come in centimeters and in inches. You'll see that on all of her patterns going forward, and she did mention that the actual physical patterns and everything will be updated, but you can see on the website in the blog post what those high bust measurements are now, and then you can begin sizing from there, which I think is phenomenal, because that is what I did for this pattern. I used my high bust measurement, full bust, waist, hip, you know, typical measurements. But just let me just look here at my notes. So for me, my high bust came in at a size 42 inches, my full bust 50, my waist 45, and hip 52 at the time I made this. And so for me, the high bust is starting me out at an 18. And then for my full bust, I graded out to a 20 GH cup. So I use a GH cup. The girl need room. So the GH cup it was. And so I started out at an 18, graded to a 20 for a GH cup, because I'm a 50 an inch, and then my waist is 45, and so and my hip is 52. So for me, because I know there is negative ease in this pattern, again, I'll put the link down below. It's not an affiliate link or anything, but I'll put the link down below to the pattern. There is a little bit of negative ease there, so it's not meant to be all loose and all of that type of thing. I just stuck with a size 24, so I went from an 18, 20 to a 24 in my sizing for this. And this is, and for us, I know many of us, well, for us in the warmer climates, it's hot. It is hot. Even today, it's close to 100 degrees, and it's just gonna be hot here in Texas. It just be that type of weather until like November. Well, not 100 to November, but you know, for those who are in southern areas, you know, you're still sitting around 80s probably in November. So for me, this is absolutely perfect, and my hacks are perfect to just carry on into what is normally the fall area time of the year. I do love that there are no bust darts. When you get this pattern, you'll see the curve as you go out in sizing. Like I said, her drafting is just phenomenal, and you'll see the curvature on the pattern piece as it goes up in size in the cup area, how the fitting is, and it's so easy to then tweak or adjust as needed if you need to. And so let me jump into show you the one I have on. So this is the one that is featured in the blog post, obviously, and that you have probably seen on Instagram a little bit already. But what I love, you already know, bra strap coverage. Total bra strap coverage. Now here's the thing, when you first cut out, and I don't think, yeah, I do have the pattern right here. You might not think, and forgive my pattern piece, because we got this quite a while ago, and so I was able to play with it. I marked all up over it, so don't pay attention to my markings. But one of the things is the pattern piece, the front is all one piece. So the front is for the tie knot. So there's three versions, if I didn't say. There's three versions. There's a tie knot version, there's just a regular tank version, and then there's a crop version. And so you do have the option to choose which version you make up. I chose for my post is the tie front version, because I don't have anything like that, and I was like, oh, that is so cute, let me make that. And so so the front pattern piece is all one, and so like I was saying, for bra strap coverage, when you get the pattern piece, you'll see and think, how is this covering the bra strap? But when you add the band onto it, that's what's giving that extra coverage over your bra, which is awesome. So let me show you real quick my piece here. So as you can tell, this cups right. I love it. It just cups right underneath. So when I say I went from an 18 to a 20 to a 24, my neck band and my arm band was at I cut out initially was an 18, but I had to go back and cut a larger size for the arm, because I started grading out here at a 20, so I needed a little bit more band for the arm, because it, no matter how much I was stretching it, it was just too short. But anyway, and so my neck band is the 18 here, but here around this area I did have to go to a 20 for that neck band, because you do get the front piece, the back piece, and then the neck, and then the arm side, the armhole bands. And so as you can tell, and you'll be able to see in the video too, let me see if I can just stand up so you can see that fit. I love it. It's that, having the high bust measurement, I absolutely love. Look at that fit around the neck. No drooping, no gaping, and I just love that. I just love that. It just really give me a really good fit up here, and then I'm able to accommodate for this area. And then for the tie front, this is tied to my right, so it's probably looking like to your left on the screen, but I just love the casual look of it. And yes, for you pattern stripe police, I did as much as I could. One side was better than the other. This is the better side. Let me tell you what I did different. This side, let me first say this side, so it's just ever so slightly off. And you know why? Because I decided to clip all of these together, and I serged it. This side, I did not clip. I just put the pieces together and just serged it. And so for me, what I noticed, for me, don't bother with the clipping, because I was trying to be so precise and so perfect. And on this side, I was like, no, I'm just gonna kind of meet them up, serge slow, and just meet up all the seams, the stripes, and that worked out a whole lot better. So yeah, so you stripe police, when you see my other stripe, the stripe's not like that. So but anyway, and that's the other thing, this entire garment can be sewn up at 3/8 inch seam allowance, which means serger. You can use your serger if you have one. You don't have to have a serger to sew this up, but if you have a serger, this is just butting up against the knife, and you can just go ahead and clean this out. My hem, let me just show you the hem, and it is so funny. I have to show you guys this. You know, I've talked about the C keys, the stay tape. I ran out doing these three, and I've had, when I tell y'all this stuff lasts forever, I've had this stuff for at least 6 years, and the roll that I used on these, I had for a very long time. So when I finished the hem on all of them, you can't really tell, but I first laid down the stay tape, then serged it, and then turned it under. And so that's what now if you have, that's what I did, and did a zigzag stitch. Hopefully you can, might not be able to see that too well, but for those of you who have a cover stitch, it's just even better. And so construction wise, the instructions so easy. As you can tell, this is not a complicated make, so the instructions are super duper easy. You can really batch sew these, just because you can do them up on your serger if you're doing, especially if you're doing similar colors or anything like that. I did change my serger thread for this one. I used my navy blue serger thread, but the other two I'm going to show you, I use my black serger thread. But you can batch sew these, because again, 3/8 inch, you can do this all up on your serger and just kind of zoom through them. So that is the construction. Oh, where I kind of and why I want to mention the bra strap coverage is because when I initially or when I finished off, I can't remember what side it was. It's probably this one, I think. I mean, my bra strap is covered up. However, I had noticed I had went in a little too far on one of the seams. I guess you really can't tell, but I went in a little more than normal, because that band is what's helping give coverage. And so I saw a little bit of my bra peek. I mean, it's probably 1/8 of an inch or something peeking out, and you can't tell, but that's because I had serged in just a little bit too much, and I wasn't unpicking those serger seams. So yeah, just go slow if you are going to serge. Don't zoom, and and you'll be fine. So yeah, I am just so happy and so pleased to have been part of the pattern release team. Again, thank you, Cashmerette, for asking me to be a part of it, and thank you, Stone Mountain and Daughters, for the beautiful fabric that we received. Did I measure this? Because the pattern calls for about just under 2 yards, again, depending on your width. And you all know I love wide width fabric, so it calls for about 1 3/4 yards for view A. And I think I might have enough for a Concord tee, because I was thinking, what could I do with this, the remainder of it, because I have quite a bit left. And stripes is not something I will wear on the top and the bottom. I would not wear this on my bottom half, but on the top half I would. And I was thinking, oh, I could probably either color block if I don't have enough for, say, like the neckband and the sleeves, which is an idea. I can always color block and do the neckband and the sleeves in, say, navy blue, and then do the front and back in this fabric, which I think I have just enough to do that. I don't think I do have some navy blue. No, I don't think I do. I don't think it's the right shade, but at any rate, yeah, so that's probably what I'm going to do with the remainder of this. I think that would be super cute to do a little bit of color blocking. And I do not own, first of all, I don't own a striped top. Well, now I have two. So now I have two, and I actually like the way it looks on me, and I purposely chose it because it was something I did not have in my closet, and I just wanted to see how it would look on me, and I do like the way it looks. So let's jump into the first hack. So my first hack, very easy. Let me just first tell you about the fabrics, and I have quite a bit of both of these, some sizable pieces left over for the fabric. So my first hack is made out of this beautiful ribbed knit. Let me let that focus. Beautiful ribbed knit. This is also 56 inches wide. Both of these knits came from Girl Charlee, and this other is, it is called let me look at my notes, a heather gray solid cotton spandex. Yeah, you can see that. Beautiful. Now this is the only one that had I had some curling problems with, but other than that, it sold up beautifully. So yeah, I will link to both of these below. I actually have a referral code for Girl Charlee, so if you don't mind using a referral code, that would be awesome. And so, or I'm sorry, referral link down below. All that information will be in the description box, but I will list down below what these two fabrics are. And so yeah, I ordered 4 yards of this one and 3 yards of this one. And so let me just tell you, switch over here and tell you what I did. So for the first hack, I will pop in a clip here showing you what I did. So my first hack is a very easy hack. If you all have been following my channel, you know I love the Turner dress, the Cashmerette Turner dress. So the first hack that I'm going to show you today is the top part of the tank with the skirt piece from the Turner dress. So super duper easy, so easy. So let me drop that clip in here. Okay, I just wanted to pop this in. I thought it might be helpful. So when I'm grading between sizes, because I'm starting at an 18, going out to a 20 to the bust, and then a 20, and this is for the top part, then a 24, I have 2 lines, because one is for the regular top 24, and this is for my Turner that I'll be adding, which I just showed you, but I highlighted the spaces. So this is where I'm going for my Turner. This is just regular, and for the longer version as well. But at any rate, to make sure, because this is all one pattern piece, the front is just one full piece, and you can do this on any pattern. One of the things as you're grading out, to make sure you're grading out in the same spot on both sides of the pattern, if you have a pattern like this or a single pattern. But you can use a ruler. So when you start, see how I start grading out to a 20 here? I made sure my ruler is what, 24 inches? 23 inches long. So it works. If you had a yard ruler, you can also use that as well. But when I match up, let me see, let me go back. When I match up where I started grading out over here, it's in the same spot over here. So, and again, I did that also for where I went out at the waist. Made sure I made, because the lines on the pattern you have lines on the pattern, I make sure that my ruler is on that line. So I'm on a straighter grain and I'm not all crooked with my ruler. But again, if you can tell, I started grading out at a 24 in the same spot. And then same thing down below where I decided to grade out at the hip, making sure everything is lined up. And yeah, so that is just a tip to make sure that you are grading out in the same spots if you have a full pattern piece like this. So hope that was helpful. Okay, this is the side view, but this is the back of the pattern. I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm measuring from my shoulder to my waist is 14 inches or thereabout. It's pretty much 14 inches. And so I took out the seam allowance from the shoulder and measured down 14. And because you do have your lengthen and shorten lines, making sure everything is lined up straight there, I measured down 14 inches, and this will give me the waist on the back. So now I'm going to turn my ruler again, making sure everything is lined up, and then draw a dashed line. And I did the exact same thing here. You'll see it marked, a little sloppily marked, but I'll trace it off just fine. Where here for the this is the line I'm going to for the hack for the Turner skirt piece that will be added to the red line. The green line is the regular 24 size 24 for just the top. So I know which line is which when I'm tracing. But anyway, I will go ahead and mark this line and show you what it looks like. Okay, just so you can see here, here's where I marked my waist. Here's the line, and it's hitting pretty perfect where I started to grade out for the hips. Again, don't pay attention to my sloppy over there. I was just playing with how I wanted the curve to go based on the original curve of the pattern. But anyway, so this is, I made sure that my ruler edge lined up here perfectly so it was straight across. And so this is what I will trace off for the top part of my first hack. Okay, I wanted to pop in and say I'm tracing off my back. You saw earlier I had these lines and I was crossing stuff out. Well, what I did, because once I figured out where my waist is, I knew the waist seam need to go out to 26, a little higher in the back. So as I was tracing, I just, if you can tell through the paper, I know it's a lot of cross outs here because I was playing around with it, and that's what you have to do sometimes. But I did kind of just grade out to 26, so my skirt piece will fit in perfectly. I added in 3/8 inch seam allowance because that is also the seam allowance for the Saybrook as well as for the Turner. Okay, so when now you have your bottom for your Turner dress, here is the bodice. I folded it in half. The bodice pattern is up under here, which is cut on the fold. So I made sure the shoulder seams lined up, and then I marked where the waist seam will fall on the back. Now this can be, you can measure it just to make sure it hits right and all of that, but for me this seemed to have worked out fine. And so what I did was draw the line. This was an old, as you can tell, I've marked this pattern up quite a bit because I was playing around with it a lot. But anyway, so here's the 26. I've marked here, as you can tell, where the 26 is. This is not quite sitting right. Okay, so when you match up these side seams, you see how it pretty much, you have a little bit more swing out with the Turner, but it lines up perfectly. And both of these pattern pieces are cut on the fold. Remember to add seam allowance. I have a note, I think, written on here. Yeah, add seam allowance when attaching to the skirt. And so And for this, I will only add 3/8 seam allowance because this is 3/8. The seam allowance is built into this pattern piece, but I need to add it into this pattern piece. So that's how you would do your hack number 1 for the 2-piece with the seam. So as you can tell, so super easy, and I will be popping up the pictures in the video of this. I absolutely love the way this dress has turned out. When I first got the pattern, I was looking at it and I was thinking, oh my gosh, this here is a couple looks I've seen on Pinterest, and then just some other ideas I had, and I was thinking, for one, the tank came. Sorry about that, my camera cut off. This tank pattern came out just in time because I was thinking I want a tank pattern, and I had one previously, but that company had closed down, and I had to do too many adjustments to it. This, of course, with the grading, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. At any rate, here it is. I absolutely love. It's so easy to do, as you can tell from the short clip there. I just measured to that waist area on the tank pattern itself, because the tank, remember, view B has the straight hem at the bottom. So super easy to figure out where that waist is. And then I just because my Turner skirt is a size 26 starting at the waist, that's just where I started this. And actually I probably could have took a little bit more off once I tried it on, because I thought it was still a little roomy here, but that's okay. I can still take that off, obviously, but absolutely love the way it turned out. It is, I did not stripe police, try to match the stripes, but on this side they matched up. Let me see, on this side, was this the side? I thought one of these sides didn't match up. Well, anyway, they did match up on the side, but the way they kind of curve in here don't necessarily line up, which I wasn't looking for. And then this is the back. And so love, love, love the way this turned out. And when I tell you that, when I say this is perfect timing, because August in most places around the US is very, very hot. And so wearing something like this fabric from girl Charlee sewed it beautifully and is very comfortable. And so wearing something like this out is just a breeze, because it's just flowy. It's not anything sticking or clinging to you or anything like that. And I just love the way it turned out. Now, the thing that I did that you can't see on here, which is so funny, because I was so excited about this hack, I actually put the back neckband on the front, so my start and stop stitches you can see, well, you can't see, but I can see here, but that's fine. And so love the way this flow, love the way this feels, and for me, I can definitely get away with wearing this into the fall for sure. I'm not one to wear turtlenecks up under stuff like this. So as long as I can get away with it, with wearing it, and with weight loss, I should be able to wear it hopefully through at least December. We'll see. But yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now my final hack is just the tank dress. I was on Pinterest, as we all are from time to time, just looking at different looks, and I remember coming across a tank dress, and I was like, oh, that is so cute. I need to make that. And I was like, and I was thinking about, you know, what pattern and all this, and when this pattern came out, I was like, easy hack to the pattern. And so I will throw a clip in here just briefly showing, because it's so easy, briefly showing how to how I did the hack for this. Okay, so the final hack is really easy. The pattern piece already comes with that front bodice piece, comes with view B that has the straight hem without the tie. So what I did was go ahead and trace the front piece, then I folded that piece in half. So here's my piece, and it's nice just to have the straight piece traced off anyway. But as you can see here, I folded in half, everything matched up, and I wrote here, cut one on the fold. Now I happen to know from my measurements it's about 38.5 inches from my waist to my ankle, and that's about how far I want this to go down. So that other pattern piece I created where I knew where my waist ended, that was already traced, I just put that here, marked that on this pattern piece, and I'm just going to put this piece on my fabric and just measure down 38 inches, and then as far as wide as I can go with the fabric, the width of the fabric, then I will go ahead and measure that and cut that out. And I am going to do this for the front and back pattern pieces. Okay, so here is my pattern piece, and I'm considering cutting the back in 2 pieces because on the fold I'm not getting the length I want because I have to add so much, and I want this to be as close to my ankles as possible. So what I'm thinking I might do, we shall see. I might either put in a center back seam so I can get both pieces the length I want, or I might shorten the dress a little bit. So, but you will see how it turns out. Okay, problem solved. I am able to get the length that I want. What I did was fold the fabric to the center, and then I'm going to cut out on the fold on both sides. You will notice here it looks like there isn't enough fabric, so I pinned here. This curls this fabric, so I am able to get it here, but where that stops, this curl just hits it. I don't know if you can tell that pin, it hits right there. And even if it didn't, say there was just a little, there still just slightly wasn't just enough, that's okay. I can fix that during the sewing process. But yeah, this is going to work. I love it. So this was my workaround for getting the length that I wanted. So as I say, very easy hack, much like the hack for the Turner. Here's my piece for the bodice that I combined with the Turner skirt. And what I did, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did fold this piece in half, so I didn't cut the pattern piece out like the normal pattern pieces. I just folded in half so I can preserve on fabric, and was able to cut it out on the fold. So I don't remember if I mentioned that in the in that clip. But for my my tank dress here, all I did was, so again, that view B has the straight hem. All I did was just lengthen it as far as I could to the length of the fabric. And what I wanted was, and as you can tell in the clip, initially it didn't fit. But then I figured out, oh, just fold the pattern piece or the fabric inward, and then you'll be able to get the length that you want. It just won't be as A-line, which was fine. That actually worked out perfect. But here it is, the gray. And this one, now I will say this fabric is just slightly a little bit more staticky, I would say. And so, but it still fit beautifully. Beautifully. I wanted this down to my ankles, and I just love the way it turned out. And of course, as with them all, I serged. I believe I mentioned already, I serged all the seams. The hem, same thing for all the hem. As you can see my stay tape a little bit there, but I did just serge, put the stay tape on, serged, and then turned it under, and then did the zigzag stitch all the way around at the bottom. So I love it. I love all three of these. So super easy to do. And now that I have the pattern pieces traced, now for the, obviously for the main, this version, I didn't trace the pattern because that's too big of a piece. So now I have that. And so, but I have the final version because during the pattern release phase, when we were just sewing them up, the view C wasn't available as at that time, but now it is. Part of the pattern, obviously. So with the final version that I have, I do have that that view as well. But yeah, I love it. I love the way all three versions turned out. Hopefully I've been popping up pictures and videos so you can see. You definitely have to let me know what you think. Did you get it already? Because I know there was a lot of buzz once she released it and did her videos, and she's been promoting it all weekend, obviously, and will continue to do so. There has been so many people that have been picking it up. So have you picked it up yet? Do you like it? Have you made? It's a quick make. Like I said, hour and a half to make this up, and you don't need a whole heck of a lot of fabric with it. I would just say be on the safe side, 2 yards, because then if you have extra knit, depending on the type of knit you're using, make underwear out of it or something like that. You know what I mean? Use it, save it for some binding. Again, depending on the type of knit that you use and the color, you can save it for binding to put on another garment. So yeah, that is it. That's all I have. I am looking at my notes to make sure I did not miss anything, and it does not look like I did. So yeah, no bra peeking out, y'all. Full coverage in the back, all of that. Yes, and did not have to lengthen the tank. Even the straight hem, I wouldn't even have to lengthen at all. So love, love, love. That is it. I am gonna wrap it up. Make sure you stay tuned again for Wednesday, and then Sunday, next week Sunday, I have a style video for you. So stay tuned for that. It will be different ways to style your denim jacket. So you guys know I've been kind of showing that. And so yeah, that is what's coming up on next Sunday. So Wednesday will be my reflections from everything I made in August, with a little treat at the end for you guys. And then Sunday will be 7 ways to style your denim jacket. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. I know it was a little bit of a long one, but I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you on Wednesday. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments section below. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Bye.